Well, as you guys know, I'm sure a lot of you guys are having the same thing happening in the past few days, but it has been really, really, really wet around here.
Yeah.
The weather has not lightened up at all.
No, it's not been too kind to us.
No, it's been stormy and rainy. I think today is the first day in like 4 days it hasn't rained.
Yeah.
It's been nonstop rain, and the sky actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's very nice outside.
But thank goodness we have this thing right here.
Oh yes, this has been a game changer.
This has been a game changer.
It's still there. Didn't wash away.
No, and if you look, it is bone dry, guys.
Oh yes, it's roof.
Bone dry.
Yeah.
So once again, I think this is a very, very good idea to keep this pop-up inside here. All my tools are dry, everything's dry. Obviously, it's like a little garage.
Kind of, yeah, huh?
So I see the cats have been in here. I see cat paws.
That's probably Michonne that's been hanging out in here. Because it's dry.
Yep.
Why not, right?
It is dry, and why not? I agree.
Yeah. Yep. And here's the view on the inside. If you guys can see it, it's kind of dark, but yep. Bone dry, completely dried out from the last couple of times that we've been dealing with it.
Yep, which is a good thing because this is what we need to get this thing finished.
Yes. Well, I will say we are getting close to the end here with this pop-up, which is very exciting stuff.
Yeah, we were talking earlier today, actually. So every little compartment you see in here, like how it's, you know, separated. So I do have some foam board. I think it's only 1/2 inch. I might need to go to the store and get 1 inch. I gotta double check. But we are gonna be putting foam everywhere around this whole thing. Every little compartment you see on the sides, on the roof. Try to help it insulate a little bit. I mean, it's not really for insulation, it's a pop-up.
Yeah.
It's just gonna make the walls a little bit more rigid and for sound and for whatever. It was on the old one, so I'm gonna do that for this one too. But before we do that, we do have to run some power. So I gotta run power outlets through the walls, but I don't wanna be, I gotta figure it out because I don't wanna be drilling through these 2x2s too much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there was some power ran, but if I can run it inside, like in a little track or something, instead of drilling, then that would be better. Because once you drill holes, you compromise the integrity.
Yeah, the wood, right?
Of the wood.
Especially if you're drilling right through it, right?
Yeah, so, and obviously we need power in this thing.
Oh yeah.
So we have a whole game plan for that. We have been so busy, guys, the past 3 or 4 days with the rain, not be able to do nothing. It was Memorial Day on Monday, as you guys might know. Around here we celebrate all the holidays. Veterans Day, Memorial Day, and no, Memorial Day is not just a barbecue, it's more than that.
Yeah.
So we do our own thing for that, and so I don't work Memorial Day. I don't work Veterans Day. And plus we've had a lot of places to go and things to do, speaking of the VA. As you guys can see, the water is a-flowing.
Oh yes, of course.
Right here.
All that rain.
Yeah, that's all the rain coming down. And so, I don't know if you guys knew, but a couple videos ago, I had to go to the doctor and get my blood pressure taken. It was pretty high.
3 times.
Yeah, I did 3 times. It was high. Well, the last time it wasn't as bad.
Yeah, it went down a little bit.
It went down a little bit, the second number.
Yeah.
I'm still not sure exactly what the first number, like 120 over 80. What does the 120 mean? What does the 80 mean? I tried looking it up. I don't understand it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with blood pressure, especially like when they give you the numbers. I always ask, is that good or bad? I don't know.
And so after that, and I uploaded it to the VA portal and all that stuff, I did have some more doctor's appointments set up for my claims that I've made. And so my first doctor appointment I actually had to go to was last week,
Yeah.
on Friday, I believe it was.
Yep.
And so what they were doing, they were checking me for a whole bunch of stuff, whole bunch of things. And when you go to the doctor, you're like, man, I don't like going to the doctor because, and it's dumb, this is a dumb thing, but I don't like going to the doctor because what if something's wrong?
Of course. I think that's everybody's fears.
I don't want to get told something's wrong and then you're scared and you're worried forever about something being wrong, and now that's all you think about. And
yeah, it's always in the back of your mind, right?
yeah, what if you go there and they tell you got 3 months to live? Or that's a little dramatic, but
Yeah.
you guys know what I mean.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And so I've kind of avoided going to the doctor since I came back from Afghanistan,
Yeah.
which was in 2012 is when I got back. And I don't know, I've never really been a fan of the doctors.
Yeah.
I don't hate doctors. It's not like that.
No, and plus I also say too, you haven't had at least I feel, you haven't had a need to go to the doctors. Like, you know, you haven't had like symptoms of high blood pressure. I mean, even now, to this day right now, you still haven't really had symptoms.
I don't know, I've been thinking about it. I'll lay down, like let's say I'm going to bed. I'm laying down. And I'll be laying there, you're sleeping, and I'm trying to go to bed, but I can literally feel my heart beating, like last night that happened.
Yeah.
And
Is
it
fast?
wakes me up. No, it's hard beating.
Yeah.
Like it's hard beating, right?
Yeah.
And I know blood pressure is a horrible thing, guys. If you have high blood pressure, it can lead to so many different things.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Serious things.
yeah,
too.
serious things, and I know that.
Yeah, if it's left untreated.
And I understand that. And that's one of the reasons why I finally, after all these years and so many people getting on my ass about it, quite frankly, right?
Yeah.
Finally decided to do something about it. And it's not just high blood pressure. One of the biggest things that actually made me put in a VA claim was last year in March, they added a whole slew of things to the PACT Act. And if I remember, I'll put a link down to the PACT Act if you guys are at all curious. Since they added so many things in different theaters of operation and stuff, I actually was approved, not the right word. I fell more into that PACT Act than I did before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, on two different things too, right?
Yes, in 2 different areas.
Yeah, there you go, areas.
And so, like even my good friend, he was in the Army too, he didn't even know about it. And so I called him up on the phone, was talking to him about the new PACT Act and what they've added and different things. And I got him to put his claim in.
Yeah.
Which he's the same as me. We're a bunch of procrastinators. And so we're both kind of on this new journey, not together, but at the same time.
Yeah, I guess you guys can call each other and figure things out together.
Yes. Yeah.
Another thing too is there's such a bad stigma, or, you know, the VA gets such a bad rap for like, you know, taking time and taking forever to get your claims done and stuff like that. So I think that in a sense turns a lot of people off to wanting to file like a VA claim and stuff like that. So I'm glad that you and TJ both are taking the steps to get this going and kind of get this process, you know, moving and grooving. Hopefully it won't take too long to hear back.
Well, like I said, the main reason is because the revised PACT Act for me.
Yeah, that opened the gates for you.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm glad you're taking those steps.
Yep.
To do it.
Me too. So one of my first appointments I had to go to, guys, and I haven't explained this to you guys yet, but it was basically my, it was for 3 separate things. I thought it was going to be a complete comprehensive, like full body diagnosis of, hey, what's going on? Let's you know, check this out, check that out. But that's not what it was. Ooh, and let me get through here. I'm gonna go check out over here. But that's not what it was. So the VA, they send you to contracted doctors, and they're only going to assess the stuff you put on your claim. Look at that mushroom that Jana just ruined. They're only gonna assess things that you put on your claim. So if you only had headaches on there, just for example, that's the only thing they're gonna assess. And then they write their diagnosis after they look you over, and then they send that back to the VA, and then the VA makes a determination on whether or not, according to the doctor, if the doctor feels and believes that your condition was caused because of military service. Make sense? You're not going to be like, oh, I fell and got in a car wreck and I have blurry vision now and it's because of the Army. No, not if that's not the case. And so my first doctor appointment I had to go to was one of the things I have is sinusitis, headaches I get all the time, and sometimes my vision gets blurry and different things. And so I put that on there, and so that's what they were going to check, was once again headaches, blurry vision, breathing problems, and stuff like that. And because I was in Afghanistan and they extended everything to the burn pits and all the toxic exposure that was over there, because in Afghanistan you're burning all kinds of stuff. They got trash burning everywhere.
I was gonna say trash.
They got trash burning over there, yeah. Plastics and stuff you shouldn't be breathing in. The dirt over there and the air quality is completely horrible. I mean, it's nasty.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
they got a lot of sand there.
Sand, dust storms.
Yeah.
Right next to where I was at, I'll be nice and call it the poo pond. We called it something completely different when we were there. And the entire base's nastiness went to there, and it was like living next to a sewer.
Yeah.
It was disgusting, okay? And I went all around the country into different areas and was exposed to a lot of stuff, which you don't think you're exposed to anything. You know, when you're young and healthy, you don't know what's going on.
True.
You don't think of anything of it, you just think you have a cold. But have you guys ever noticed, I'm always...
Yeah, nasally.
Have you guys ever noticed that on any of the videos in the past 4 years?
Yeah.
Right, well, I never thought anything of it. I just thought, oh, that's just how it is. And so I went to the doctor, and I don't know exactly 100% what they wrote down. They didn't give me that stuff. I'm just assuming from what I was hearing when they were talking.
Yeah.
I don't have those records yet. So I go into the doctor's office, and she's asking me all these questions, and I'm letting her know exactly what's going on. She asked me where I was in Afghanistan, what did I see, what was I around, and she started doing some of her evaluations. So she checked my ears. She just looked to see. I think she was taking my temperature on that. Quite honestly,
yeah,
I think she was
okay.
taking my temperature.
Yeah.
On the ears, because she wasn't there to check my hearing. That's another thing I claimed.
Yeah.
And so she started looking at my nasal cavities and stuff. I have a severe deviated septum. She said she's surprised I can even breathe out of my left nostril. I'm surprised too, because it is, if you guys know.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably your nasal right there.
Which way it goes? My nose goes crooked. Which way? Which way does my nose go crooked?
Yeah.
No, which way? I'm telling you, this way?
Yeah, to the
I
left.
always forget, so it's all
Yeah, to the left.
right. So
Yeah.
anyway, she's all, wow, I'm surprised you can even breathe out of that nostril. I'm like, yeah, me too. I can't really, right? So she starts microscoping or whatever it is up in there, and come to find out, I have really irritated and swollen nasal cavity.
Yeah.
And inflamed. I haven't been exposed to anything real too crazy except for in Afghanistan.
Yeah. I mean, and obviously living out here, this is all nice, fresh, clean air you're breathing in the woods, you know?
Yeah.
So you haven't really been exposed to anything like that over here.
Yep, so chronic sinusitis, I have it, because I don't know these terms, guys.
Yeah, we're learning all kinds of new things
I am.
since you've started this process. I'll say that too.
Yeah. So chronic sinusitis is a persistent inflammation of the sinus lining that lasts for 12 weeks or longer, right? Sometimes my face is, like right here, it's kind of like swollen and it hurts. Up here, it kind of hurts sometimes.
Yeah, your eyes might get a little poofy.
My eyes get poofy, and that's been going on ever since I've gotten back.
Yeah, I will say too, you have complained, even when when you first got home, before we got married, you did complain about how you had a hard time breathing out of one of your nostrils all the time.
Yeah.
I remember you talking about it. I shouldn't say you complained.
I was complaining.
You know,
That's okay.
I just, you mentioned it.
I mentioned it.
Yeah.
Keep walking this way. I want to see some. We got to get that bucket. Totally off topic, but so I love walking through the woods, guys. It's been a minute. And so when she told me that my my cavity, my nasal cavity was all inflamed like that, it was kind of like an eye opener. I was like, oh wow, I had no idea.
Well, that makes sense.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
And chronic rhinitis. Rhinitis.
Rhinitis.
It's a condition characterized by persistent inflammation of the nasal passage, leading to symptoms like runny nose, congestion, and post-nasal drip. So my nose is always congested.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like kind of congested right now. And
so I'm guessing it's probably not allergies.
I don't have allergies.
Yeah.
Like it's year round.
Yeah.
Like my nose is like this. And so what that can do, that can cause headaches, that can cause migraines. She was explaining to me what it can cause and what the after effects, what it can be causes.
The symptoms?
It's not, well, I guess symptoms.
Yeah.
So if I get a migraine or a headache, it's because of this. So I guess, right?
Yeah, because you're breathing too much, or you know,
Yeah.
you're sucking hard through your nostrils because you're trying to breathe. You know what I mean? So it causes all kinds of other things. Kind of
Yeah.
like blood pressure too.
True. And oh, and that's another thing. Speaking of blood pressure, hypertension. She was looking at my hypertension. Totally space cased it again.
Yeah.
So I actually went there, and that's the first thing she checked, and my blood pressure was actually worse, guys.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I would say the worst that it had been all the times you've taken it recently.
It was 150/92. She took it 3 times, separate times, and they were all very consistent. And this doctor, she's been a doctor since the 80s. Very, very nice, older woman,
Yeah.
very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
And so I
Very
trust
nice.
her.
Very
Very nice
nice.
lady.
Yeah, very nice
She talked
lady.
to Roxanne too.
Yeah, very nice.
So she told me specifically I need to call my PCP, which we're gonna do.
Yep.
My primary care physician. I got to get in there and I got to get on some blood pressure medication.
Yeah.
She advises. She cannot write me any prescriptions or anything. This doctor.
No, I think.
It's a conflict of interest. She told me.
Yeah, and I was gonna say I think she's just there to do the checks for the VA.
Yes.
Like she's not there to treat you,
No.
right?
She's there to say, yes, this is what I see. This is how I believe it is caused. And then she sends it to the VA. And then my primary is the one that says, oh, you have high blood pressure. We need to get you on medication. Because she can't do it because she works for the VA. So it's, like I said, it's a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
She was telling me she can't do that. And so that's how, if you guys are wondering, that's why she didn't prescribe me any or anything. But I'm trying to get it under control.
Yeah.
But I need to go in, and Roxanne's calling to make me an appointment for it.
Yep. I'm gonna take care.
So I gotta
need to
get in
do that
there
today. We were supposed to do
Yeah,
that.
we're going to do that
Yeah,
today.
we were gonna do that yesterday, but it took a little longer yesterday than I was expecting.
Yeah, and that's where I'm gonna get to next. So,
Yeah.
so that first doctor, I went through all that. She diagnosed me with a bunch of different things. I'll let you guys know more exact diagnoses later on when I 100% know 100% facts of what everything is, because I don't know yet. There's a bug keeps crawling on me.
And she did not check your back or anything, right?
No,
They didn't do anything as far as your back.
no.
Yeah.
So she only checked me for the 3 things the VA sent me there for.
Okay. I just wanted to.
Yeah, no, 100%. Because one of the things I have is major back problems.
Yeah.
Like big time back problems,
I mean,
guys.
that's-
Like my back is hurting right now.
Yeah, that's the whole reason why you reached out to the
one
VA.
of the one of the whole main reasons. And then learning about the PACT Act, like I said, it kind
Yeah.
of put a foot where it needed to go. So I walked out of there. I wasn't too happy. I was happy with her. I don't like to hear bad news. Okay,
Yeah, of
that's
course.
what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
I need to inch down though. My back is hurting right now. So anyway, so
Now Ghost is gonna.
I know Ghost is gonna be
You're
here.
on his level now.
I'm on his level. That's okay. So after that was all said and done, I had one more doctor's appointment, but it wasn't for a couple more days. And that was yesterday. So yesterday we actually had to drive all the way up to Bentonville actually, which is like 2.5 hours away from us.
Yeah.
And that's why she was saying it took a little longer than we thought. So it's not the end of the world to drive 2.5 hours. But I had to do a hearing test yesterday because one of the things I also claimed was tinnitus or tinnitus, however you want to say it. Everybody says it differently.
Yeah.
Tinnitus.
Come on.
Because now I got to stand up. Ugh. So one of the things I do get, guys, is ringing in my ears. It's not every single day, all day. It's almost every single day, but it's not like all day, just to be clear.
Yeah.
It's not all day it's happening, but I'll be sitting here and all of a sudden my ear will go like it's deaf and I'll hear a really, really loud ringing and a buzzing and different things. So I obviously have to go get my hearing checked.
Yeah.
So they had to send me up to a specialist up there for my hearing. Really, really, really nice guy. Another really, really nice guy.
Yeah, he was very nice.
And I go in the room, he's checking my ears, and he's like, oh, let me get this out for you. Here's a funny story. I was like, ugh. But my right ear, and I'll be transparent with you guys, but man, he pulled out so much earwax, I was like, ugh. I was like, that's gross. Big old glob, right?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you gotta clean your ears. I do clean them, I guess I don't clean them enough. And with Q-tips, from what you told me, like,
it pushes it in,
right?
It can push it down further into your ear, and that might be kind of why he pulled so much out, is because you've been pushing it down inside, you know?
So he's like, oh, that might clear it up right there. It might feel way better now, right?
Yeah,
I was like, maybe.
Said, do you think you can hear better now?
Huh? No. And so he gave me a hearing test, and my hearing's fine. He said after the test, my hearing's okay.
Yeah.
Normal for my age, pretty much, and everything. But
yeah.
I was talking to him, and he did some other tests and everything, and you know, tinnitus.
Yeah.
So that was another diagnosis. I'm pretty sure that is there.
Yeah.
From what he was telling me. That mushroom is super cool. I'm so sorry I'm squirrel brain right now, guys.
I know, you're all, yeah, my ears.
Well, no, these mushrooms
yeah,
are cool.
Yeah, look at this mushroom over here, guys.
Really quick, guys. It's all ruined now, but those are really cool colored mushrooms. Look at that.
It is cool. I haven't seen one like that.
Right?
Yeah.
So, anyway.
It's very cool.
Yeah. Watch out, Ghost.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. I'm like, what? What's round?
No. So watch out, Ghost. So,
look at this little frog.
I'm working through the motions, guys. Being out here, I mean, what we've been doing the past 4 years, you know, it is stressful.
Oh yeah, I mean, look how gray both of us have gotten since we've been here.
Go to a video when we first moved here, and
yeah, and me too.
None of that's there.
I'm getting gray right here in the front now, and I know we're getting older. I get that.
Sure, but I'm only 42 with almost all gray.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
stressful time.
I'll say I'm 37, and I'm just now starting to get gray, so I should be thankful for that, I guess.
So yeah, we try our best in the videos, and we're trying to get a lot of stuff done, but you know, like everything else, guys, sometimes there's just
other
non-YouTube things that are happening in our lives.
Yeah, well, like I said, other things that have more priority, which obviously our health is our most important.
Yeah, so that's one of the reasons why we haven't got anything more on the pop-up done in the past few days. The weather, and we've had all this other stuff that's been going on.
Yeah, today, I think did we mention that? Today is like the first nicest day we've had in like a week.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that my health will get better as I get prescribed and stuff, and I get, you know, taken care of by the VA.
Yeah, going through the motions, right? Because you, I mean, you don't have anything right now lined up for doctors, right?
No, that's
at the moment.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to get at next was, so just those 4 things is the only things they sent me to the doctors for at this moment. I love the creek. So there are other things that I have claimed. I don't know if they're going to send me. I'm sure they will. My back problems, I know exactly when that happened. I remember it.
Yeah.
I think I've told you guys this before.
Yeah, and you've documented that, so.
And I've documented it. And I have to go see someone for PTSD.
Yep.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a stigma too, guys. I've talked to Roxanne about it. We're husband and wife, so she knows a lot more than you guys about things. Okay.
What?
I would hope. Anyway.
What is that supposed to mean? I'm just kidding.
You know, there's a lot of soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, everybody, that they go through some traumatic stuff, and men, I'll be the first to say it, men, we are stubborn. We are very prideful, and we need to be strong men.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah.
You guys get where I'm coming from? And so a lot of men, women too, but more men,
Yeah.
okay? More men want to act like everything's fine all the time. Like everything's perfect. No, I don't need to see nobody. I'm fine, you know. And so obviously with myself, to be very transparent once again, I have changed attitude-wise in my life since I've gotten back from Afghanistan.
Mm-hmm.
She agrees.
Yeah,
Melanie agrees.
I can agree to that. And I don't mean it in a mean way.
I know you don't. I don't take it that way.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily just, it's not that all of a sudden I'm a jerk or something. It's not like that.
No, where you go, it's not one of that type too where you go into like war mode.
No, no.
You know what I mean? It's not like that.
It's different things.
It is different things. It's kind of hard to explain, especially because I'm around you 24/7, especially now. But I notice more things, you know, than other people would that only see you, you know, every couple days or here and there, you know?
Yeah. Like me, here's one little thing, guys. Like I don't have patience. I'll leave it at that. I don't have patience for things as much as I used to. I don't know. Maybe that's just me getting old and crusty in my own ways. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, I'm sure some people would say, well, that's just old age, but
who knows?
it's a little different. I don't know how to explain it.
All I can say is, so that's one of the things I claimed. So I talked to the first lady doctor, right? Not the one in Fayetteville, but the other one. Mm-hmm. She, once the VA contacts me back and sends me to more doctors for my back, for PTSD, for different things, what she told me, she could be the one that does a lot of that. She can recommend me to somebody for PTSD.
Yeah.
But she can take care of all the other stuff, which is very awesome because she was such a nice lady.
She was very nice and
so that's what I'm hoping.
I loved how when we went there, like it was all about VAs and taking care of the veterans and stuff like that, and just really good vibes and stuff from that doctor's appointment.
With that, real quick, those ladies, there's two of them there.
Yeah.
They both have their own practices, and on specific days, they do not go work at their practice. They work at the other building where I went to, and the entire building's closed down except for veteran appointments that day.
Yeah.
So it's all about the veteran.
Yeah, which is really cool.
Very nice.
Yeah, I think it's very cool. I'm so glad that they're able to do that for our veterans.
Because I was worried that I'd go there and be, you know, sitting in a room full of a whole bunch of people, and I'm just another number. And it was so not like that.
No, I mean, I'll say that both doctors.
Both of them. I'm talking good about both of them.
Yeah, no, I'm saying even the one that we went to yesterday. I mean, as soon as you walked in, they were like, "Oh, Sergeant Gratz," and you were like, "Yeah." I mean, they knew you were coming. They knew who you were.
Yeah.
Like, it was very cool.
Very nice.
Good treatment is
very
what
good treatment.
I should say.
So that's what I was always worried about before, is that, and I've heard major horror stories from so many different people that the VA healthcare is horrible and it takes years and years and years for them to do anything. And it was like that according to news sources and different things in the past, okay? I don't know, I wasn't a part of it, so.
Yeah, you're just starting
My
now,
opinion on that is only from what one side you hear.
Yeah, so.
And as Roxanne says, there's always two sides to a pancake, so who knows?
Yeah, well, no, I say no matter how flat you make a pancake, there's always two sides.
Well, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Ooh, I go up the giant hill. Ugh.
I'm sure some of you
Bad for my
ladies
blood
will know
pressure.
who says that all the time.
Yeah. So that's the gist of it, guys. I got problems.
Yeah.
I got problems.
I mean, we all got problems in our own way, but your
I'm just
problems
happy.
I said your problems are kind of a medical things that really need to get taken care of.
Yep. So I'm just happy I'm finally manning up, in a sense. I hate to use that term, but you guys get it. And doing something about it. And hopefully we can get it taken care of.
Yeah, and hopefully maybe when you start getting the treatment and stuff for your different things, like maybe you might find if you get your blood pressure under control, you might feel better.
I'm drained all the time, guys.
Yeah, and you just don't know it yet, you know what I mean?
Sometimes it's hard to get up and work because I'm so tired.
Yeah.
It's not every day, it's just sometimes. So I don't know.
You know, and you might find that they'll find a solution for your back, and then, you know, all will be well again.
Hope.
And you'll be feeling like a 20-year-old.
Well, we could only hope, right, guys? Everybody feel like they're 20 again.
Yeah.
Man,
Be
that would
dancing.
be fantastic.
Go to the club, we be dancing.
So that's what's going on, guys. I wanted to be, like I say, very transparent with you guys. I think we are pretty transparent on this channel.
Oh yeah.
With you guys when you ask questions and stuff, and I have no problems sharing this with you.
Well,
So,
and I know some of you guys have been concerned. You've been following along with us long enough to know some of the personal details about our life,
yeah,
you know, and this is one of them.
this is one of them.
Yeah.
So I hope all of you guys have a wonderful day.
Oh yes.
I'm gonna go relax a little tiny bit because I just walked up that gigantic hill.
I know, right?
Tomorrow we are gonna try to get into town and get some more materials for the pop-up. There's not too much more we need for the outside stuff. Hopefully we can get a lot of it.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm gonna try. Keep me in your thoughts, so guys.
Yes.
Send me some good vibes.
I'm sending you all kinds of good vibes every day.
If you guys have any VA stories that you are wanting to share,
Yeah.
I
or
love-
your guys' experience with the VA.
yeah, I love reading the comments about different stories from husbands, wives, you know, sons, all that stuff. And you guys have written some before.
Yeah, and some of them actually are like very uplifting and positive.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
What's I'm saying, any story.
Yeah.
I do read through 99.9% of the comments, guys. I just don't always respond to all of them.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot.
It is a lot.
So I do pick and choose sometimes. That doesn't mean if yours doesn't get picked or choose, it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's just,
We do read them.
there's a lot.
A lot of all of them.
So put those down in the comments, though, guys. If you guys have any stories that you guys would like to share, you can always email us at the same time. But other than that, you guys have a great day.
Yes.
And we'll see you guys on the next video. Bye, guys.
Bye.